Alright, so in this video I'm going to share with you some of the cool things that I've seen in Kuta. I'm going to talk about some of the truths that I've noticed about human slavery. And I'm going to just go back to the video, show you some of the parties, keep you interested. And then and we have a party here too. And then I'll come back and tell you more. So watch this, stay on this video, don't get distracted, stay on it, okay? Talk to you soon. Alright, good. So as you see, everybody's having fun, everything looks great. But one thing that people don't know, and nobody's thinking about, is the fact that this country has been really raped by the West, by the Westerns. And how is that possible? And what happened? And why am I even talking about this? Because it's one thing to hear about this on the news and read about it on the blogs and videos. It's another thing to actually see the people in front of you. So those girls that you see in the video, those people that you see, they're amazing people. Like, I met them in person. They're such a nice, kind people. And then, and it's so sad, like seeing all these prostitutes, seeing the girls who are 19-year-olds, and they're selling their body for $20, for $30, to us guys who are coming from Western, and just having sex, for such a low amount of money. But then thinking about this, I looked at this, and I realized that that their minimum wage in Indonesia is $100 per month. That means most of these girls, they don't speak very good English. So that means they cannot get a good job. That means the basic job they can get, they make only $100 a month. That's $3 a day. And they can't live. So what they do, instead they become prostitutes, which is, I would do the same thing. If I was in their shoes, or if you were in the shoes, ask yourself honestly, if you're really, really desperate, what would you do for money? So, and they're really in pain, they're in a lot of pain. Now, it gets very interesting. Nike, Gap, or all these companies, all these brand names, they come here and they invest here. And guess how much they're paying these workers? From the recent documentary that I saw, and I'm going to post a link on here, Gap alone last year had $1.8 billion profit. $1.8 billion profit. And the chief executive of Gap, now I don't have anything against him, he may be a really, really nice guy, he made $500 million profit just last year. 1 year, $500 million. While people of Indonesia, they're working 36 hours, making 40 cents an hour. When you do the math, minimum wage, about 40 cents an hour, working 36 hours like slaves, and still not even having enough food for medicine, for food, for all those things. Now you may say, well, you know, too bad, the world is hunger, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I want you to just look at this. And the interesting thing is that the country, and why is this happening? Because 30 years ago, the World Bank gave $30 billion loan to this dictator that was running Indonesia, and the dictator is gone, and the money has disappeared. But now the World Bank, in the name of globalization, they're coming and they take all the resources from this country, which is a rich country, it has a lot of resources, but they take away the resources because they're in debt. So now they're left billions of dollars in debt, and that's what's happening. So I just wanted to share this quick. I'm going to take you back and I'm going to show you more of this club. This club is called the Sky Lounge Bar in Indonesia, in Bali, in Kuta. And it's a really cool club, but I'm just going to show you a little more video and then I'll come back and make another point. So watch this.
I feel so close to you right now.
I just got out of the Sky Lounge and I'm just walking down in Kuta right now, and this is it's getting a little bit more crazy and wild here right now. I have to watch out about recording because they don't like to be recorded sometimes, so.
Put your hands in the air, put your hands in the
You know, I gotta say, I feel so awesome right now. All night, no drinks at all. I've been having orange juice and like fruit juice, and it's amazing to be able to go out and not have to drink. And everybody else is drunk, but I'm just in a really, really awesome mood. And for me to feel this way before, it was only done by drugs. It was only by ecstasy, by all this other stuff. But after years of like being off of it, now I can actually go out, I can just hang out, I can just meet people, and I don't need to take anything. See, it's like amazing times, and I don't need to do that. So, all right, so the other point I want to make is the fact that we talked about being in debt. So the country, Indonesia, is in debt. I looked at this and I realized the entire world is in debt. Entire world is in debt. $50 trillion is our total world debt right now. There's actually a website that actually counts how much debt we have, each country, including United States, including England, including Canada, including all the countries. US alone is $18 trillion. Trillion dollars. That means 1 trillion is 1,000 billion dollars. So imagine the number. Everybody is in debt. To who? That's what I want to find out. To who are we in debt? And it comes down to something very interesting. Our entire world's wealth is being controlled by less than maybe 1,000 people. So a small percentage, like 0.05% of population of the world, is controlling most of the world's debt, world's money. So if you think about it, like US, Canada, all these countries are in debt, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, and who's getting this money? But nobody's asking these questions. Nobody gives a shit. We're all worried about how to make a living and how to go through our life so we can actually do this. But nobody's realizing that there are a few people controlling me and you and the laws to have more money. So there is more than enough money to go around for all of us. But this small percentage is controlling the wealth. Now, here's the interesting thing. Let's take one company, for example. Like, let's say the top US oil company right now. Last year, it made $40 billion profit. $40 billion profit. That means once everybody got their salary, everything was paid, they got their salaries, there was $40 billion extra profit. So I did a little math in my head, and not in my head, but I did a little math, and I found out that if you divide that 40 billion of one company, one oil company's profit, 1 year, divided by the population of Indonesia, which is about 250 million people, you get about $150 more per person for a whole per person. So per month. So what happens is that you actually would be able to you'll be able to double their salary. If I did my math correct, you'll be able to buy one profit of one company, 40 billion. If those companies were generous enough to say, here's our profit, enjoy it, then those people that you see in the video, they would not have to become prostitutes, they would not have to sell their bodies, and they could actually afford having a regular job. So from my understanding, the minimum wage in Indonesia has to be at least doubled for these guys to be able to actually survive. So anyway, so I just wanted to share that. So thinking about this it just made me think. It's like we don't think about this stuff. In Canada, in US, some stat says 2 out of 3 people are on some kind of a depressant or antidepressants or some kind of psychological drug because of depression, anxiety, ADD, all this psychological stuff that we're experiencing on the West. And then I come into this side of the world in Asia, and I notice these guys are not depressed at all. They're actually smiling all the time. These guys are struggling to actually make a living, to actually have enough food on the table. In Canada, in US, in Australia, you won't ever have that problem. Worst case scenario, you're gonna have welfare which supports you. But this is a whole other world here. So anyway, I just wanted to shoot this video, share with you what's happening, and also show you some of the cool things that I see. And I'm gonna take you back to some more dancing girls and some more of the streets. But I hope you like this video. I hope it inspires something in you. If you have a suggestion on how we can make this world better, how we can find how we can change so that our wealth is being more distributed around the world, I love to hear it. This is something I'm passionate about, and this is a cause that I would be willing to die for, actually. So if you share the same passion, share it with me so we can actually team up and make a difference in the world. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.